And welcome now, dear friends, to the weekend edition of Fresh Bread. Reverend Phil Anderson here with you, pastor of Oakland United Methodist Church and Kansas Avenue United Methodist Church here in Topeka, Kansas. Looking forward to tomorrow. My goodness, can't wait for services tomorrow. 8:30 a.m. for Sunday school, 9:30 a.m. for worship at Oakland. That's at Northeast Sardu and Chester here in Oakland. And then don't forget the Kansas Avenue services, starting with Sunday school at 9:30 a.m., followed by worship at 11. We will be wrapping up tomorrow that great book of Philippians. We've done a chapter a week for the last 3 weeks. This will be our fourth week, and it'll be the conclusion of this four-part series, and it'll be on the fourth chapter of Philippians. So please, if you hear this, read the fourth chapter of Philippians. What a great, power-packed chapter that is, and I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you tomorrow. What an encouraging word that we have in Philippians 4. So make sure you're at church tomorrow. Hey, again, if God's putting something on your heart that you think you may not be able to do, pray about it, because I believe God puts it on your heart. He'll equip you to do it, especially if it's like leading a small group. And don't be bashful. Don't act like it's something above you. You can do that. And so just make sure that you're doing what God's calling you to do. I liked what I remember hearing on the radio. It's been a few months, and this is what the person said. Don't do less than you can do, and don't try to do more than you can do. Just do all you can do. And I believe when you do that, God's going to bless you. And I believe right now, God is maybe calling a few people into some leadership that they may go, I'm not a leader. Well, guess what? Moses didn't think he was much of a leader, and yet God used Moses to bring the children of Israel out of captivity in Egypt, where they've been held as slaves for 430 years. So it's really not so much about you, it's about what God is going to do through you. And so just go ahead and make sure that you take God at his word, where he's going to give you what you need to do what he wants you to do. All through the Bible, God took unlikely people to do his work. And he's doing that right now, even today, with so many of us, that he's just calling us to do things. So don't take a back seat. Don't leave it for somebody else. Maybe God's calling you to do something. And if so, go ahead and just give it a chance, give it a try. And you know what? Find somebody that's going to come along and walk with you on that journey. And you know what? That little encouragement may be all you need. So we'll talk more in the next few weeks about some of the ideas that are coming forth. Don't forget to make sure you're at church tomorrow, God willing. Bring a friend. Start inviting people to church. A lot of people aren't coming to church because nobody's inviting them. There's a lot of people that used to come to church. They're not coming anymore. And it's again because they just think, well, maybe no one cares about them. Well, we care. And I know you care if you're listening to this broadcast. So just invite people and see what happens. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. But I believe God will use that, and eventually maybe they'll just say, hey, I want to come. And don't forget, you can always take them out for breakfast or lunch after church. Hey, there's a good way to bring them in. So be creative as how you ask him. And then don't forget, if God's calling you to lead a small group, go for it. And I'll be here to support you as much as I can. Well, friends, have a great rest of the day here on Saturday. Hope to see you in church tomorrow. Until then, God bless you. And we will hope to see you in church on Sunday.